Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Voice of Liberty. The major story here says Kaduna bandits attack primary school, shoot pupil, abduct dozens. Kaduna bandits attack primary school, shoot pupils, abduct dozens. And another story here says, alleged 40 billion naira fraud, Obiano asks court to quash charges against him. Provocative statement, ACF, that's Arewa Consultative Forum, tackles Ohanes and Igbo, IPOB for demanding apology from Gowon. Court restrains Kano Assembly from amending judiciary other laws. House of Reps to go after 5,000 companies owing federal government 5.2 trillion naira unpaid taxes. Now, police in Plateau State, police discover illegal gun factory, recover AK-47s, other weapons. These and some of the stories you find on the front page of the Voice of Liberty. We move to this Nigerian newspaper, the major story. Bandits shoot pupils, abduct dozens in Kaduna school attack. Troops defend Sokoto community, kill terrorists, rescue kidnap victims in Edo. NAF execute airstrikes on insurgent strongholds in Katsina, Zamfara. And another story here says, only 30 million Nigerians are registered to use electricity. That's the TCN saying that. FCTA demolish unapproved structures in Games Village. And $6.23 million fraud. Forensic experts confirms forgery of Buhari, ex-secretary to the government of Federation, Mustafa's signatures in Emefiele's trial. Foreign investors suspending projects in Nigeria over $15,000 expatriate levy. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of this Nigeria newspaper. And to the front page of the Daily Times, still looking at the story of bandits kidnapping 232 pupils and teachers in Kaduna school. Another story here, SEC to reduce 190 billion naira unclaimed dividends through investor clinics. Those are some stories you find on the front page of the Daily Times. We move quickly now to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. Bandits invade Kaduna school, 280 pupils missing, feared abducted, ensure safe return of abducted pupils, reps tell security agencies. Labour differs on appropriate new minimum wage for workers. Southwest NLC proposes 794,000 naira, TUC 497,000. OPS appeals for understanding. That's the organized private sector is appealing for understanding. Southeast NLC TUC proposed 540,000 naira, 447,000 naira. FCT NLC proposes 709,000 naira. Workers' minimum wage, a starving wage, NLC president is said to have said. We move quickly now to the New Telegraph. Bandits invade Kaduna school, shoot pupil, abduct 280. We are on their trail, the police is saying. They return home unhurt. That's the governor, Obasani speaking. Angry residents protest incessant attacks, barricade Kaduna Abuja Expressway. And the story on NLC proposition for new minimum wage also features prominently here, where they are proposing 709,000 TUC, 447,000 naira, plus 280,000 naira as public hearing of tripartite committee. At the public hearing, rather, of tripartite committee, pensioners want 85% of any agreed sum, Umezi is saying. And there is a study here that says microplastics increase risk of heart attacks and strokes. Oronsaye report, federal government inaugurates implementation panel. And those stories, some of the stories you find on the front page of the New Telegraph. And we move now to the Daily Trust. Bandits abduct 287 students, principal from Kaduna School. Over 20 orphans among victims. School not fenced. Principal killed recently. Wife abducted. They will be rescued. Governor Sani is assuring. We are trailing attackers, the police is saying. And pilots survive as Air Force suffers mishap in Kaduna. Borno dispatched team to rescue abducted female IDPs. 2 killed as robbers attack banks, police station in Kogi. And those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Daily Trust. We move to the Punch newspaper. Outrage as bandits kidnapped 280 pupils from Kaduna schools. Teachers say gunmen invaded primary secondary school after morning assembly. Kidnapped over 280 pupils workers. Governor visits schools, promises pupils rescue. GNI, PTA, Amnesty International condemn attack. And recover 5 trillion naira unremitted MDA taxes, reps tell the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Kaduna plane crash, pilots escape death, air chief orders probe. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Punch newspaper. And to the First News newspaper, federal government launches manhunt for coup mongers as minister describes call for military takeover as absurd, warns perpetrators to desist, reaffirms military's commitment to defending constitution, upholding democracy, urges all Nigerians to support Tinubu's government efforts to make Nigeria great. Some stories you find on the front page of the First News newspaper. Ibrahim.
Yes, first is the Guardian newspaper. Widowed by insurgency, gallantry, millions of widows in dire straits over lack of structure. Nigeria records 583 Lassa fever cases, 108 deaths. Court admits evidence in $6.2 million alleged fraud suit against Emefiele. Nigerian women task government on inclusion, gender balance beyond yearly promises. Fubara offers to give up office in exchange for peace. Blueprint is next. UBA, Sunny to GNI, can. We must collectively arrest rising hunger, insecurity, urges diagnostic review of nation's challenges. We'll back reps call for parliamentary system if, that's according to ACF, presidential system, laborious, wasteful, Chinda. On the bottom strip, reps probe NPC's 200 billion naira spending on suspended censors. And above the masthead, CBN reports upsurge in dollar inflow as remittances quadruple. Next is Daily Independent. NLC National Minimum Wage. NLC demands 794,000 naira, 540,000 naira for Southwest, Southeast workers. Proposes 709,000 naira for FCT workers. TVC wants 447,000 naira for Southeast FCT workers. Now, Aba residents divided over reported steady electricity supply. Talking about geometric power plants, only one of the 3 turbines working for now, says official. And then Oluremi Tinubu listed in 100 leading women in Nigeria compendium. Next is the Vanguard newspaper. Minimum wage, NLC TUC split, want different pay in zones. Bandits invade Kaduna school, kidnap over 200 pupils and teachers. New satellite pay TV will get Nigerians value for money. Federal government. You left me with enormous shoes to fill. Wigwe's daughter. CBN to sanction DFIs, PMBs, MFBs over late submission of returns. Next is Nigerian News Direct. Minimum wage review. Governors shun public hearings as labor unions differ on proposed hike. Unions peg minimum wage between 850,000 naira to 447,000 naira. Tijani Sanwo-Olu Abiodun to perform groundbreaking of Airtel's new data center. And above the masthead, Tinubu suspends REA MD, 3 others over alleged 1.2 billion naira fraud. Alleged $6.2 million fraud. Forensic expert confirms forgery of Buhari Mustafa's signatures. Next is the Platform Times. Southwest pensioners threaten legal action against federal government over PTAD's planned scrapping. Reps probe 200 billion naira census fund allocation. Oba of Benin advocates African Brotherhood for ECOWAS conflict resolution. Preparations underway for new minimum wage, Akume declares. And 60% Nigeria's electricity consumers bypass meter. TCN raises the alarm. And teenager accidentally kills uncle with grandfather's loaded gun in Bayelsa. Salient Times is next. Alleged 1.2 billion naira fraud. Tinubu suspends Rural Electrification Agency MD. 3 orders. Southwest pensioners kick against scrapping of PTAD. Says it will lead to reinstitution of corruption. Accountant in court for alleged 1 million naira fraud. And then youth protest in Edo over deputy governor impeachment process. Pilots survive as Air Force suffers mishap in Kaduna. Half of Nigerians are poor despite low unemployment. That's according to World Bank. That's about it for the Salient Times. Penultimate paper, Business Day is next. Investment in women under IWD 2024 spotlight for economic growth. Nigerians cut champagne intake to 11-year low as inflation bites. That's about it for the Business Day newspaper. Next, last but not least, is the Nature News. Environment Minister Lawal plans national awareness campaign on sanitation, extols Nature News's commitment to environmental journalism. 501 billion naira remitted by NPA in 2023, that's according to reports. Illegal mining wreak havoc on Nigeria's environment. We need to feed ourselves, says Governor Bago. And how Kwara plans to become Nigeria's food hub. That's the commissioner talking there. That's about it for all of this. Can fish skin heal wounds? That's the major fact. Get a copy.
Fish skin heal wounds.
Yeah, can fish skin.
Skin.
Yeah. Heal wounds.
It's good we keep trying to make some discovery because we know the cost of medication as it is, so people keep trying to find alternative to medication and all.
Even King Charles, but we can't say that's due to cash crunch or anything. But it's just that alternative medicine.
Alternative medicine is the way a majority of Nigerians are embracing right now. And it's funny how some of these things are in the pantry, in the kitchen, what you need to take care of whatever issues you're going through. This matter of the abduction of school children dominates the papers, as well as the matter of NLC TVC proposing salaries or minimum wage, as it is.
That looks more like a maximum wage.
The NLC is proposing 794,000 for Southwest workers, and at other points they're proposing 709,000, I think, for some other workers,
right, for
and FCT workers, and the TUC is proposing 447,000. So it depends on the region now. And unfortunately, some of the governors, it is reported that the central, Northwest governors rather, actually shunned that tripartite committee meeting and engagement with regards to this matter of minimum wage. It will be a wholesome conversation we'll have some other day, but just to touch on it, that is quite interesting. And reactions have been coming with regards to, what organized labor is proposing.
Is their right?
Of course, they have a right to propose.
It's their right to.
Of course.
Yeah.